on live with Bobby Seville on Dorm Room Radio. Dorm Room Radio. We are live today, Thursday, August 7th, with Mr. Controversy himself.
Yo, 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 what's good,
How you doing,
everybody?
my brother?
All right. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. I see we are unloading clips. I got about 3 clips so far from you guys had me on as a guest. You set me up to take somebody's job.
Yeah. I've been watching your show as of late, man, and I think, I was very high on you when I recommended you, so shouts out to you for coming through and being on the show, you know what I'm saying? So
that,
it's all good.
that was a complete lineup. That was a
Oh,
complete lineup.
yeah.
So Mr. Controversy definitely lived up to his name, right?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. No, it's a yo, man, like when we created this, right? And I have to admit, like I've always understood the concept. Like when V Logic presented it, you know what I'm saying? I always understood the concept. But for it to materialize the way that it is, mind you, I've been on 2 other prior episodes, right? And for me, I've always been behind the camera guy. So those 2 other episodes were just like me, almost like stiff. I mean, I'll characterize it just that what it is. It's stiff, right? Like not really paying attention to myself and the camera. But once I started to grasp my character, like, no, I have to actually be within it. Man, I told B, I said, yo, this was probably one of like the last episode. I said, yo, this is probably one of our best ones. You know what I'm saying? Just and I didn't want to really hype myself up, but knowing that the the build that we have put together and understanding how important my character is for it to like just come through the way that it did like that, it was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, now we cooking with grease. You know what I'm saying?
Are you
So
are you a controversial person?
you know what, B? So I'm not. I'll say this. I'm an outside the box kind of guy. I don't like to go with the wave. You know what I'm saying? Like if 99 people are saying like, yo, I like lemonade, then it's like, okay, well, what's it about the lemonade that y'all like before I make it 100? You know what I'm saying? Like, or
Right.
have y'all tried this? You know what I mean? Like, and it's not to stir up anything or to be controversial. It really sometimes is to open the eyes for a different perspective or for a deeper understanding. And what's interesting is the great thing about Brandon and I's friendship and why it's so tight is because we know that about each other. Like he knows, and that's why he looks at me as almost controversial. I mean, he created the character, but and more so, he looks at me as like always challenging. Whereas I don't necessarily shy away from that, but it's more so, it's not challenging. It's more so, bro, I want you to see it different than your perspective, right? Because sometimes we have a tendency as people to have tunnel vision, and it can be based on our own experiences, what we know versus what we don't know. So that's basic, right? But the fundamental difference is having the ability to know that but the possibility of there being something different is there. And so that's all I really challenge. Do I go overboard from time to time with it? Maybe, but that's the beauty of it, right? It's like, how far can I stretch? You know what I'm saying? Before it's like, yo, this dude is out of pocket. Like,
Yeah. I picked that up. So, well, we can't say. Well, I don't like using that word. Can't.
yeah.
Dude is shadow banned, right? The guy, the main focus that
Hmm.
Nick already is at odds with, right?
Hmm.
He's shadow banned. I don't know if you know that. I tried to post a clip, but his name, if you mention his name, or if his name is in like anywhere like written,
Yeah.
your video has limited reach. I don't know
Well,
if you know
well,
that.
no, I didn't know that, but I'm not
Yeah.
surprised. I
Right,
mean,
right.
I'm not surprised.
The last episode we sat out. I wanted to check you on that. So you said you love him.
Yeah. Listen, so so the love part definitely was a controversial expansion to the character, right? So that's the overboard, right? Like I could have easily been like, yeah, yo, no, I rocked with him. I really agree with some of the things that he says, which is actually true.
Okay.
He and I have had conversations outside of this, and even while we're doing it, like, yo, bro, listen, I hear what you're saying, but bro ain't all wrong, right? So we know the basis of who we're dealing with here, but knowing who I'm dealing with and him and Nicoretti, it's like, yo, man, he make me so mad sometimes, bro. That like, yo, I want to push a button, and so I decided to go with the love because it's like, yo, you on set, you drinking, you all sorts of stuff, bro.
You
You put
wasn't
my job
drinking.
in jeopardy.
He wasn't drinking because
So
I
he
heard you
wasn't drinking.
can't
Well, he
drink
had the
on you.
champagne.
No, you
He had the
wasn't drinking.
champagne.
You wasn't drinking.
No, I
You
wasn't drinking.
you
What I
was
mean,
in there
I
handing.
abide by the rules.
Yeah, I see. Y'all kind of got the You ever watched the show Deal or No Deal?
Yeah, yeah,
It kind
yeah.
of gives it. Was that a part of it? Like, was the Deal or No Deal character? Was that?
No, no, but you know what? I mean, how we go with it sometimes, different avenues or maybe different makeups from other creations maybe, tie themselves in there. I know a lot of what we built this show on has been based on being wrestling fans. You know what I mean? Being huge wrestling fans, loving the storylines, but not just loving storylines, understanding the storylines, right? Kayfabe, you know what I'm saying? How to kind of play to the audience as a bad guy, but still kind of get them to love you. Like all these things and elements we actually used to kind of to create the show, right? Like the character base, just in its simple form, is wrestling based, right? Mr. Controversy, you got your Mr. Perfects and your Bret Harts and all those, right? Like those are characters. And so we just kind of transitioned that into, creating this show. And you've seen it. You were on the episode. You see where it's
Right.
at. So, we're hoping to kind of continue that. I do give Nigga Ready credit in the fact that, like he has a character. You know who Nigga Ready is? You know what it is? This is
You
it's
gonna
like
say it
Stone
again?
Cold. It's like Stone Cold and Vince McMahon.
You gonna
He's
say it
Stone
twice?
Cold. He's Stone Cold, and I'm Vince McMahon, and it's just like, you know what I mean. This dude, every time that I try to set a rule, he turn around and he Stone Cold stuns me. You know what I'm saying? He eating sunflower seeds, he drinking all these things. You know what I mean? He don't know about the meeting that I just had with the boss for real a couple days ago,
Right.
ripping me a new one.
Right.
So you know what I mean? But
y'all got to interact, but you mentioned that y'all are friends.
oh yeah. Best of friends, man. We grew up, West Philly, born and raised, went to same schools essentially together. So, you know what I mean? It was just like his family, my family, I know his family. Like he's my daughter's godfather. So like
Word, word,
it's,
word.
you know what I mean? Like we brothers in real talk. So, from that perspective, just, when he came to me, it was just funny. We was just talking yesterday about a project that he had an idea of prior to this, a few years back, that that I brought up last night, and he was like, "Yo, man, I'm surprised that you would even remember that." I said, "Bro, you my man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
Mm,
like what you say stays here. Like, I don't like you're
right,
not a in one ear and out the other kind of dude. So, and I know your passion on the project was deep enough for at least me to, even though I didn't have the vision, because you passionate enough. Like, yo, bro, let's rock." So, you
right,
know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Like, and that's just the type of dude I am in general. You know what I mean? I got my own business, Beeline Productions, you know what I mean? Video productions and photography. So, you know what I mean? Like, I pay it forward in that respect. You know what I mean? I need to, I hustle and grind. I need the support as well. So it's like you pay that support forward, knowing that at the end of the day, you need that same service. So,
Okay, you're a photographer. That's
yeah,
your
yeah,
trade.
yeah,
That's how you feed your family.
yeah.
Okay,
Video, I mean.
talk a little bit about that.
So, yeah, so, well, I work for Fox 29 as a cameraman and editor, per diem. So I've been doing that now 4 years. Actually, this month makes 4 years. I do have my own side business, Beeline Productions, where I'm a, videographer, cinematographer, and a photographer. I just released a short film of mine not too long ago called Sisters, which my producer and I just released on YouTube, about maybe about 2 months ago now, like about
You
a
said
month
it's called
ago.
Sisters.
Yeah. I wrote it. We wrote it about 2 years ago, produced it last year. We released it through some film festivals in the early stages of the release. And so because of that, we couldn't, release it right away. But once we got the clearances and everything out, we were able to release it on YouTube. So it's out now. I can send you the link
Yeah, yeah.
once I get
Send me
out
the
on.
link. Send me the link.
Yeah.
I'm in the last two episodes of Kiki the series.
Okay, cool,
I
cool, cool.
yeah, I had to change my studio around a little bit to get a little bit better quality. So
Okay.
but I do reviews. You know, I eat my food and I like to watch local content. So I'm
Right,
almost
right,
done with
right,
Kiki
right.
the series, but I'm hopping to Sisters right
Yo,
after that.
so you know about Kiki the series? You know that's my peoples. That's my DeAndre James. Like that's my team. That's my peoples or whatever.
Okay, yeah,
So
no,
I actually shot a few of the episodes. I'm not really sure what the episodes you've watched so far, but I've produced and shot some of the episodes during that
mhm,
process, man. So yeah, we went to school together. James, DeAndre, like that whole production
yeah,
team, man. We're all like a
and that was
tight knit.
Art Institute of Philadelphia.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
No,
sir.
actually, WP Black was on the show. He
Mm,
was actually my first interview,
nice,
and he
nice.
told me we talked about Kiki the series, and it's kind of interesting parallel. But I do reviews anyway. Like I like food,
Okay,
and then
got it.
I
Good,
eat. I
good, good.
eat.
Cool,
I'm
cool.
the yeah. I'm the dude that I don't start eating until the show starts. So I'm gonna
Gotcha.
check out Sisters, and I'll definitely plug that in once I do the edit. But just to cross over to that though, so obviously Reg is somebody different than Mr. Controversy, right?
Right, right,
So
right.
how does that feel going from you work for Fox 29? I mean, you got sports, you're around celebrity people. You kind of low key are a celebrity, right? So how does that feel to then have to be on camera in front of the camera as a controversial character?
Yo, that's a great question, Rob. Yo, it's an adjustment because I'm not a I want to be or need to be seen kind of bull. You know what I
Right.
mean? I've always been behind the camera, and then even with what I mean, my jokes, or I guess quote unquote being controversial, that's always been within my core, my
Crew.
team,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's like me stepping outside of the team and dropping that same joke or whatever, and somebody not getting it. It's like I can't really expect them to get it. Like we've been laughing at the same joke for 15, 20 years. It's like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
So for me, it the start of it was that like, man, like B, you know me, so I get why you laugh. But so the adjustment of like people really knowing if I could do this or not hit me. But then I say, yo, bro, I had to kind of one of the things that I do as a creator is I'm a big fan of always going back to the basics in the beginning because
Okay.
that's where you learn and that's where you started. So for me, I really had to go back and say, wait a minute, bro, you built for this. Like you do this. You
Facts.
one of your main things is directing. So
Right.
tap into your directing, but just flip it and you're in front of the camera.
Facts.
And once I was able to tap into my sense of creativity and knowing what what I mean, the Logic Project needed, what Nicoretti needed overall, it was like, yo, all right, I now know how to differentiate Mr. Controversy from Reggie. Like even though I can be so, what I mean, thin line with me and Mr. Controversy, it's like, yo, I know when to go overboard because that me being Reg is not overboard, right? But me saying I love Charleston White, that's Mr. Controversy. You know
You
what I
said his
mean?
name. You wasn't supposed to say his name. Now you gonna
Yeah,
make me go into my editor. I didn't want to go
that's
into
my bad.
editing
That's
mode.
my bad.
It's
That's
all
my
good. Go
bad.
ahead.
That's
Go
my
ahead. Go ahead.
bad. That's
Go
my
ahead.
bad.
Dude. Now I know you guys have riffs on camera. It kind of seems like the show is set up that way, right? But down, do you and Nick are ready? Now this is a two-part question. So does Reg and B, Nicoretti and Controversy have creative differences?
Mm.
Be honest. Don't think. Just answer.
No, yes and no. So, no. Well, let me say it. I'm gonna say it in order the way you said it. No and yes. No, when it comes to Reg and Be Logic, because I mean, just and I've told him, just with him musically, I said, bro, you for me are like my Nas. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I've been listening to. I mean, we grew up together, so I was there when he started rapping. You dig what I'm saying? So to
I
hear his
heard.
development and
I
to
heard.
hear
Hold
where
on.
he is
He
now, it's like,
he said if I was to say Reg by my side,
niggas getting cow high. Yo, I mean that tells you right there, bro.
yo,
That
what?
tells you right
So
there. You know what I'm saying?
the way, but go ahead. You said you were giving him credit in regard to his
No, yeah, yeah,
music
yeah. It's
career.
just
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like the B Logic and Reg thing. I mean, that's built on such a brotherhood that even within a disagreement, right? Because we all have disagreements, but even within a creative difference, the respect of who he is as a creative and the respect that he has for me as a creative has always overlapped any differences. You know what I mean? So from that perspective, it's a no. But when it comes to Nigga Ready and Mr. Controversy, oh yeah, right? Because our vision of the show is the same, but the car that we want to drive, you know what I mean? Or better yet,
Yeah.
how we drive the car, I should say, is just different. This nigga
Right.
want to drive no seatbelt, blasting music. You know what I mean? He might drink while he drives. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you know what I mean? I'm just trying to get to the show, bro. I'm trying to get the
Right.
AV. I stop at the red lights. You know what I mean?
Right.
I look both ways. There's no telling with him. So,
Right.
you know what I mean? Creatively, you know what I mean? We don't clash in that regard because we have the same goal, but in terms of what we may want it to look like sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, and you know, as the as a host of the show and as somebody who is the face of the show, which he is, you know, you do have a sense, you do have a some form of a button or a key as to what the audience wants to hear or see, right? So there is wiggle room there. There is rope, which is why the Bull for Real hasn't really, you know what I mean, totally X'd him out. But at the same time, it's like, okay, you know what I mean, like how many write-ups have we had? And it's only 5 shows? You know what I mean? It's like it's only 5 episodes. Like I'm on my fifth write-up, bro. Like
All right.
I don't
Right.
know how
Right.
many
Right.
I can handle. I mean, the people are saving us. You know what I mean, the views are saving us. And you know what I mean, that's the one thing. Like I said, I was in a meeting with the Boy for Real, and at the end of the meeting, towards the end of the meeting, hey, but I'm loving what I'm seeing. And so as long as I'm hearing that,
Right.
you know, I can't really, even though me and Nigga Ready clash, it's like he doing something right.
Okay. You
Doing
doing
something,
okay? All
doing
right. So
something right.
you doing something right. So
Right.
is there a now how much of Nicoretti are we getting? Right? Because I'll be honest with you, I was expecting way more when you brought me on the show.
Hmm.
I felt like he was holding back a little bit. Certain things he wasn't as quick to shoot from the hip as I thought he was.
And I think he recognizes the hot seat. I mean, listen, he can play that tough Tony. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody for
He
this
ain't about
job.
that life.
Yo, listen, let me tell you something. You know what I'm saying? When it's off camera, he's asking, hey, you talked to the Wolf for real yet? How do you like the show? How you think? What do you think about the show? How you think about the show? So that only when you asking those type of questions, you can only ask those questions because in the back of your mind, you probably wondering, I'm on the hot. You know you're on the hot seat.
Yeah,
So
he ain't
you know
about
what I
that
mean?
life. He
Right,
ain't about
right.
that life.
Right, man. Listen, you get the kind of paycheck that he gets,
Right,
and you know what I mean. You wouldn't want to lose that either. So you know what I mean. Like I
right,
understand it, but it's like tighten up, bro. You know what I mean. You know the rules.
right. Even though he breaks the rules, no worries.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I guess the next episode, the one that's unreleased, is the one I was on. But what's next?
So well, right now we've got some things in the work. Obviously, as he mentioned on the previous episode, episode 5, we got Nick already. I mean, we got the Nipsey episode coming up. So that's to be you know, in the works actually. Well, that's already done. We're in the phase of planning to record that actually. And then after that, we've got some things in the books, possibly an expose of some sort to kind of just give the people an understanding of how this show was created. You know, almost like kind of meet the real people, like you know, what I mean, who we really are, so to speak, but just from a creative point of view, just giving the people a little perspective of how we created this show. But that's you know that's further down the line. But nonetheless, though, man, we hitting the ground running. You know, we're
Right,
constantly in communication with what to do next, how we can expand ideas, creativity. As I said, as a producer of the show and a creator, I mean, I can safely say each episode has just progressed, and so I'm excited. You know, I told him episode 5 was one of the best. I'm excited to see how episode 6 turns out, and
right.
therefore, so
Yeah, for sure. So we're still on season one, right?
yeah, yep,
So you
yep,
guys are planning to finish up season one before the end of the year, I suppose, right?
yeah,
Fourth
yeah,
quarter,
yeah.
and season two, same format. You thinking about bringing on any guests, like as
So
far?
season 2. we haven't really tapped into how we want to do season two. And I heard you say I heard you say same format, but we're not even sure if we want to do same format. Season two is definitely going to be an evolving of the show for sure. And we've got ideas on like sketches, skits, and kind of some storylines. But in terms of how we want to create the element, I don't know if we'll go same way as podcasts, right? Like,
Right. Yeah.
you know what I mean? So like there are a lot of ways in which we're kind of just leaving open to kind of attack season two. But without a question of a doubt, season two is in effect and will be happening. So, you know what I
Okay.
mean? It's just a matter of the creativity we put together to make that happen.
So now, I mean, I salute to y'all dudes, man. I was at work, like I said, when I first seen the content, and I immediately was like, "Where's the rest of the episodes?"
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because I work in a hospital, right? So
Okay.
for me, earbudding and 8 hours of content.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah. Yep,
And I
yep.
try to, work. I try to watch stuff that's specific to Philly, but also entertaining, right?
Right.
So one of the things that I hope that we get in season two, are you guys going to be more consistent with content? Like, are we going to get more strategic releases? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, good question, Rob. Yeah, no doubt. And that part is probably more on my part, my end, just in terms of being the content creator itself, like with the camera work and things like that. Definitely looking to add that element in it, right? I'm a storyteller, short film writer. So we're definitely looking to add more skits and sketches into it, more of an acting element. Obviously, with that comes more personnel, what I mean, more people involved. So right, like so it's like at the same time we're in scouting season, right? Like it's like,
Right.
okay, who can we bring along that can capture the vision and can
Right.
be a dope enough character for us to create to kind of fit right in. So
Facts.
so yeah, man, we definitely plan on doing more of that. Like I said, we already have some ideas written down already that we like, yo, this is season two. This is
Right.
season two. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like so we got things written down already that it's like once we get to a certain place where we're ready to start working on season
Right.
two, then we open them pages and we get ready to work.
All right, I'm loving. So one thing that I know, because I'm reading the book right now, Thomas Masterpiece by Sean Mitchell Cardwell, right?
Shout out to Sean.
On
Yes, sir.
yeah, on the west side, right? So I'm reading this book, man. He's like he has a lot of information about the anxiety of having an
Mm,
idea in your head and then acting on it.
yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So with
Yeah.
this with the Logic Project, who came up with the idea, when you came up with the idea, and how long did it take you guys to really take the first step?
So B came up with the idea. Um and I mean literally, I mean, just as simple as it is a phone call, bro. It was really a phone call. He called me. As I said, we're big wrestling fans. So, you know, understanding the knowledge of it, he kind of just hit me up and from a wrestling point of view, just kind of broke down his idea on what he was trying to do. And I summed it up like it's like yo, almost like a comedy, almost like a Dave Chappelle meets sketches and skits meets like the New Day. Yeah, I mean meets
Yeah,
podcast. You know what I mean?
right.
And not trying to say that's what we were trying to copy Dave Chappelle or anything like that. But what
Right.
it
That's a
gave
good
me
thing to
was
copy.
right. And the element what it did was it allows people, it allowed him to be introduced to the world as Brandon Womack, B Logic, whatever you want to call him, right? It allowed him to introduce himself to the world as someone who can take his ideas in a comedic way and
Right.
make it funny. And so we created this format around this individual who, quite honestly, we don't even really care about. He was just a reference point for us to
Right.
start this. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Got
He
you.
was just a
Yeah.
reference point for us to really start this and for us to expand about it. Yeah, we take our shots here and there, but truth be told, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like I mean, there's outside of what we shooting him down for, the disrespect and all that. There's a level of respect that we do have for the bull. You know what I mean? He does speak about, what I mean, some positive stuff. At least that's what what I mean? I'm
Right.
speaking on, what I'm saying, my behalf. So, but in terms of, what I mean, it took us about, let's say, I mean, we had the conversation, I want to say last March, and around February, March, and I want to say we shot the first episode. Was it June? I want to say maybe around June of last year we shot the first episode. I mean, we hit the ground running for the first, I want to say 3 episodes. Yeah, I mean, it was trial and
Right,
error. Don't get me wrong. I
right, right,
mean,
right.
especially episode 2. I won't elaborate too much, but
No,
the
elaborate, Mr.
episode.
Controversy. Elaborate. What
Well,
made?
I won't put too much because there's other parties involved. But
Oh,
what I
okay,
will
got you.
say, yeah, but what I will say, you know what I mean? Like, it could have went south quick. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Had
Now is
we
that the
not.
Capadonna episode? That was
Yes,
the
yes,
Cap.
yes,
Okay,
yes, yes, yes.
got you.
So there was a guest that was on there. Long story short, there, they were. It was a real life topic and
Right.
real life conversation, but it got out of hand to the
Okay.
point where you know what I mean. People needed to be removed or leave and things of that nature. So again, not really wanted to expand on
It
that
really got
because
hostile.
yeah,
It really
yeah,
got
yeah, yeah,
controversial.
yeah, yeah. Really, yes. That's a perfect word. There we go. There we go. Right, right, right.
Let me
It
find out
definitely
y'all
got
over there.
controversial.
Y'all over there filming the reality TV slash Real Husbands of Philadelphia. He got
Yo,
physical. He got physical in the
yo.
Logic Project.
Nah.
Arguing about the Wu Tang. Oh,
Arguing about Capadonna, bro.
this is the
It's
clip.
crazy.
This is the clip that's gonna come out for this interview. I'm
Bro,
telling
I
you
said,
right
yo,
now.
if this is episode 2, damn, bro. But it was
You
crazy.
still
But
there,
nah,
bro?
it was
Wait,
so,
wait,
yeah.
wait,
So,
wait. Did you mute
it didn't
yourself?
get this. Huh?
Did you mute yourself?
Nah. You can't hear me?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I can't hear you.
I didn't touch anything. Let me see.
Let's see.
The host said,
What about now?
hello? Hello?
Oh man, you're not there. You know what?
Oh man.
Log out and relink.
Okay.
All right, we back.
You can you hear me?
Yo,
Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
yo, what
Mic
is
check.
happening with your volume, bro? We were good.
I have no idea. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check.
Turn the volume up.
It is.
It's up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not coming. Turn your Bluetooth off.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Turn your Bluetooth off. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're waiting for controversy to get back in here. I was just getting good too. So they had drama on the set. Oh, I'm excited about that. All right,
You hear
testing
me?
1, 2, 3. Nothing. I can see you fine. I just get your mic. I got no audio. And you turned your Bluetooth off, right?
Yeah, I'm not
Your
sure what
Bluetooth is
happened.
off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, your volume went away. Nothing. All right, Mr. Controversy. I guess it makes perfect sense
Yeah, I have
that
no idea.
controversy is controversy on a dorm room interview. We got no
I
volume,
have
so
no
that's a wrap.
idea.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Yes,
We
sir.
out of here, player.